Generic greetings and welcome to Construction plus Prison-Arcitect plus Alpha 12 Episode 1. So, as always, we've got a new Alpha and a new prison. The previous one, Pod Prison, went down extremely well and was actually the best prison I've ever made, even though it was the most esoteric, the most controversial, the most weird prison. But like I say, it was the best one I've ever made, so, you know, I was pretty happy with that, and it's been released in the previous video. This prison we're going to make for Alpha 12 is going to be more standardised, really. We're going to have a fence that goes all the way around, and it's going to be open. It's not going to be like the pods that we did previously, but it's going to contain a bit of a weird element, but I'm going to show you that once we actually get into constructing. This episode 1, as with all of the episode 1s for new alphas, will be just about the planning of the prison. There'll be no construction whatsoever. I'll be planning it out, and then obviously you can give me feedback in the comments based on what you think, what we should change, etc. And every time we do that, we always get a better prison out of it. So I'll be planning it how I sort of imagine it, and then we can obviously make changes for the next episode when we'll start construction. Okay? The Alpha 12 changes I will be sort of talking about as I build, or as I plan anyway. But if you haven't seen the Alpha 12 video by IV Software, I recommend you go and watch that at some point as well, and it'll explain it probably far better than I do, because I'm quite rubbish at this. So, the plan for this prison is to have it sectioned out, a bit like the pod prison, but it's going to be open, so it's going to be one big yard, like one big area like this, 1 yard area. It's not all going to be indoors. And then we're going to have, like, sort of, well, huts is the best term I could really put it, where we have huts on each side, which I believe are 11 by 20, I think I planned them off originally, like that. I think we can fit them all the way along. I don't know how many I'm going to be able to fit in. The problem with Alpha 12 is that I reckon, although I have played about with it, I must confess, but I haven't really done anything that, oh, I've actually built this wrong. Let me start that again. Start from this side onwards. Yes, I have played around with it, but I haven't really, you know, got to grips with it and, you know, dived, you know, I've only played maybe a couple of hours of Alpha 12 just to try it out and just to see what the deal was. And the difficulty level has probably increased somewhat because of the addition of contraband and how prisoners use things. Basically, there's the full new contraband system. Like I say, I'm assuming you haven't watched the video of Alpha 12 from IV, but the way the contraband works is that every room, cells, etc., generate contraband, and they will obviously generate contraband, and you can store things in pretty much any room you want. Things like workshops generate contraband that are, you know, things like saws and screwdrivers and that sort of thing. Pharmacies will generate narcotics and drugs, and kitchens will generate knives and that sort of thing. And then the prisoners will take them and then actively hide them around the prison or in their cells, etc. But they will also, well, they could also carry them. But more importantly, they also go around metal detectors, which is a big problem. That's one of the biggest problems. They actually go around metal detectors. They will actively try to avoid them, which is something I'm planning in, you know, like trying to fix in this prison. So the idea is that we have these pods here, which are going to be, not pods, they're just like sort of blocks, aren't they? Just cell blocks, where we can have, I believe I planned for about 10 prisoners in each. Let's have a quick look. Up to 5. There we go. And then we've got a bit that goes down here. And then we're going to have these blocks that I'm putting on, these 2x3s, are just for me to measure out the cells. Yes, so there's going to be 10 cells in each one. Again, we're not going to wall them off separately. We're going to have it in this one building, like I say, like a hut. And then we're going to have a couple of benches in the center, like this. Something like that anyway. So we're going to have a couple of benches in the center. And obviously these bits here will be our individual cells, which will have a bed and a toilet in, and that'll all be there. And then in the back we'll have our shower area along here, and then there's the door bit here. The reason I've got these bits like that, I mean, the reason I've got this one coming back over like that, having a lip on it, is so we can have a double grate, because, you know, we want to stop the water flowing out, because that's always a problem. But this one, the reason I've got a double one here is because I'm going to have a door there and a metal detector there, so they can't avoid it. They always have to go through a metal detector to get to their cells. So you can see that there. I don't need to put all of them in, because I know what I'm going to do, but I can, however, put the walls in back here. These are just for the walls, mainly. And the reason I'm doing it like this is because I want to avoid the workshop spam. Now, it's not in the previous pod prison, and in the one before that, I guess, in Alpha 10, we did have a fair amount of workshops, which was okay. You know, we got a lot of money from workshops. That's okay, but I want to try and I want to try to avoid the the big pile of workshops that we had. Although I don't really see a problem with it, because now that Alpha 12 has been ushered in, it's actually a lot more difficult to have workshops because they generate so much contraband. It's a big problem. You really have to, the more workshops you have, the more it's going to be floating around. And this problem is going to be compounded when Alpha 13 or 14 or whatever comes out, when they actually introduce escapes, because they'll be taking escape tools, which, as you can imagine, will be a big problem. Anyway, there's the plan for these cell blocks. So if we're getting 10 in each, how many have we got? Hang on. I haven't really counted how many we've got. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll get 60, 120 prisoners in this one. That's not including the holding cell I'll have somewhere, as well as other things as well. But yes, that's the idea for that there. We will 120 prisoners. That'll generate a fair amount of money. We do want a workshop as well. Obviously, we're not going to just do without one. That'd be silly. But I'm just going to section this off for the moment. Imagine that's a fence there. It's not going to be a fence, but I'm just sectioning it off for now, because we're going to have probably I don't know, some sort of, well, we need the canteen here, we need a common room, we need probably a yard here, don't we? We'll have a yard like so. Do we have a yard that big? I don't think we need a yard that big. Assuming we're building, just paths like that. Assuming that's the path there like that. I want a gap of 1 between. I want a bit of a gap, and then the yard. So we're going to have probably that. So it'll be that, and then a gap. So it'll go down to there. There we go. That's much better. There we go. And that is our yard. Might be a bit big, but remember we have 120 prisoners in this, so that's at least the plan. So it might be a bit big. We can alter this, as I say. If any of the things I'm building, doing, etc. Cause you to go, why are you doing that? Then put it in the comments, and that's what we can alter for later. So that's going to be our yard, I think. I might shift it, but we'll see. We now need a canteen, which is going to be around here. Or do I want the canteen in the centre? Ideally, I want the canteen in the centre. However, having a canteen in the centre is a bit of a problem, because then I have to actually get people in. I have to get the workers in and such, where I'm going to actually have the storage around here, connected up right up to the workshop, to the canteen and such. So if I just do this, do I do that? No, hang on, let me have a quick look. Let's put the paths in, because I like, as you know, I do like a good looking prison. I'm not a one for making a prison that just looks out of place, that looks a bit... well, I like a prison that works, functions. Primarily, number one, functions. It has to function better than. If it doesn't function, then it's not a prison, right? So function over look. It is definitely a substance over style. However, after that, I do want to make it look nice. Which this looks like loads of batteries connected up to this, and there we go. That's probably a circuit for a flux capacitor. Right. So there's the paths. So assuming we had a path going up here like so, which I'm guessing we're going to do, there's a path there, then we can have our cooking bit and canteen like that. Yeah, that'll probably do us. Then we can have entrances like so, going in here, and then oh, hang on, I've just had a thought, which is dangerous, obviously. We can have them. We could probably make this a little bit smaller. Let's shrink that down a bit. Undo these. And then we would have it like that, wouldn't we? Yes, we probably would have it like that, because then that would give us access. Yeah, that'd probably be better, wouldn't it? Because then we can put a metal detector there. Yeah, I think that's a bit better, actually. So we'll put that like that. And then, like I say, that'll be metal detectors. There'll be metal detectors like that. Does that work? Yeah, there's the entrances, and we'll have a metal detector and a door. Metal detector and a door all the way around. Then we'll have, obviously, all of the things in here. I haven't, obviously, planned exactly everything else in here, but we can have that. I think that's fine. That'll do us nicely. And then we'll have the wall. Where's the food trays going to go? We could probably just have a wall like that, because we don't need it overly big. And then we can have the kitchen like so. Is that about right? that'll be about right. We don't really need it much bigger than that. These two walkways will go down to a door, which will then go down here. This is where people will get in if they need to. Prisoners and such, and we'll actually have our entrance in the middle here. So let's just see how far it goes down. It's too far zoomed out. Let me zoom in a bit. Let's have a quick look, and we'll go to here and drag it up. And how big is it? It is 74, so that is 35, 37. So 37 will be there. So we'll pull it down by 1, so to 36, and then we'll go down for 36. Like so, and then we have our entrance there. Which means we can undo all of these bits here, these planning bits, and that'll be our entrance there. Like so. I'm just expanding it out for the time being, and then obviously these paths will join up to that. So that'll be our entrance. In fact, while I'm at it, I'm probably going to get rid of these deliveries bit as well. I need an area for I need an area for infirmary, which I haven't yet got. And I also haven't got security, I haven't got a holding cell, I haven't got a recreation room, I also haven't got a farm, what haven't I got? Cleaning cupboard. Oh god, there's a lot more than you think, isn't there? Right, problems. Already running out of room. It's because I'm not being very efficient at this. So, how am I going to do this? Perhaps if I continue the wall on like that. Get rid of that. Let's try something a little bit different. Let's get rid of these. Imagine if that was just a fence there. And this wasn't a path. I'm just trying something out here. And then we've got another big section here, and then we've got another big section there. But then, where am I going to put the offices? Offices were going to be up here. No, that was alright where it was. I think we'll mulligan that. We'll undo that, really. We'll put this back as it was, like so. So there's the entrance. Right, they're going to be paths that go down. I don't know if I need that there just yet. Let's assume that we're going to have it like that. So there's these are the two ways in and out of the prison, just these two doors here. That's going to be a fence up like along there and along there. What do we need to do? We've got all of our holding cells, we've got a yard, we have a cafeteria, and we have a... Is this going to be our... Yeah, this is going to be our... Actually, we could probably move that wall along just one more. And then we can have a line of serving tables down there, which we probably won't need that many. But we'll have our kitchen in here, which I don't think it needs to be any bigger. In fact, I could probably shrink it along, assuming we have like a double... Like, just cookers all the way down here. And then fridges like that. Like so, maybe something like this. Like I said, this isn't final because I'll furnish this when we come to do it, when we come to build it. Something like that maybe, and then we'd have like our things back there, our wash and sink areas. Yeah, we could probably drag that wall down a bit because all of this, I'm trying to really save room on this one. I don't think it needs to be any bigger than that. That'll do us. And now we need to have a storage somewhere, which I am going to put on back here, I think. Like so, let me just put this back on here, and then we can have a security room and a storage room back here. Storage does not need to be big. I'm not going to make the same mistake as I did in the previous prison. How big is this? That's 20, so we can comfortably split it off into sections like so. How big is that? No. Undo that. So that's 4 by 5, and that'll be 4 by 5. That'll be... Undo that. We don't need that bit there. We need a big bit for security, which could be this bit here, because I want to have a fair amount of security cameras in this. Although, to be fair... not really. The problem with searching people is that you now need a fair amount of guards to do it. If you don't have, you can't just have 1 or 2 guards, because if you do, then you can't search people. You can't do shakedowns because there's a shakedown button, which actually technically does nothing at the moment because I haven't got any prisoners in and such. But you shake down the entire prison and you search everything. So you can't just get away with 2 guards monitoring like 20 security stations, which I've seen before. So, right, anyway, we need, assuming that's going to be like storage in the center there, assuming that's going to be storage, which isn't it's not massive, but it's not tiny anyway. We can move it around if need be. We need... What haven't we got? Deliveries and garbage. Let me just get rid of them for the moment. Visitation. Ah, visitation. I always forget visitation. Ooh, right. Where can visitation go? Perhaps here in this corner? Visitation. Where do you want to go? I'm going to have to undo some of these huts, aren't I? I'm going to have less huts. I can maybe if I do it so we only have 20 prisoners and then have bits on either side here. I don't know. I think we are going to have to undo this bit and have a bit for visitation here and then a bit for probably the infirmary up there. Well, we need solitary. We need a holding cell somewhere. We need a common room. Well, the common room, let's do that, because I know where that's going to go. It's going to go back here. And it is just going to be that. Although, to be fair, no, that's far too big. In fact, it's going to be a little bit smaller than that, because it's going to be like that. So we can actually have our, entrances like that. To have our metal detectors in. Like that. You get the idea. Put that one back, and like so, and then finally like so. So we can have a door and a metal detector on each one. So that'll be an entrance to our common room. I could also put visitation there, but the problem with putting visitation there is that the families have to come all the way down and in, and that's a big pain. That is a fairly big pain. I think I'm just gonna go with common room for now. I wish I had a checklist I could tell you. Like, go, yeah, check, we've got that. Check, we've got that. Actually, wouldn't mind undoing that a little bit as well and making this go around, just so we have a bit more room. So that no, that's very inefficient for one walkway all the way around. I don't want to do that. Let me just put that back to where it was, like so. Right, we need laundry primarily and a cleaning cupboard. Where am I going to put that? I could put laundry right in the centre of the yard. Huh. Never really thought of that. I don't need a massive yard because they tend to walk around it. What if I do that? What if I do that? Let's try that. How big is this thing? Let me just see if we can do it like, I don't know. No. Maybe that big? That's far too big as well. You don't really need a big one. Although I could put the cleaning cupboard in the centre as well. Right, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're thinking. See, this is all, like I say, there's no planning involved in this. This is all just off the cuff, thinking about it. And just pretty much what you see is what you get. I am sort of making this up as I go along. Maybe that yard all the way around. I mean, I don't know if that's efficient or not. I don't know if that's efficient or not. I'm also thinking I probably don't need the metal detectors here, because they're always going to go through metal detectors to get to their cells. Huh. The only problem with that, however, is that if I do that, if I get rid of these metal detectors here, the prisoners can stash things in here, and instead of stashing them in the cells. Yeah, every major building that the prisoners are going to have a fair amount of interaction with, I want a metal detector. That is the plan. The cleaning cupboard and such, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be possible or not, because it's going to be then fairly big, and then I have to have these like that, which is going to look really stupid. Actually, it looks quite good. No, that's going to be fairly stupid. No, I don't have a choice. Right, let's make this a bit bigger, because I want to split it up a bit. Like so, probably, and then have an entrance at either way, and then we'll have, actually, where's the centre of this thing? 21. Oh, perfect. So we can go 10 and 10. Yes, then we can have an entrance doing that. Beautiful. And then we can get rid of these bits, and that can be a path that goes down. There we go. That'll be our entrance to that, and then this is our cleaning cupboard, which we'll have an entrance. What, there? Is that right? Is there a centre to that? No, we'll have to have a double one. And then it'll go like so. That'll be our entrance to the cleaning cupboard, which will be here. And then obviously they can come off and then go and clean and do whatever they need to do. So we've got cleaning cupboard. Actually, what is the minimum size of a cleaning cupboard? I just thought of that. It is 3 by 3. So that'll do. Yeah, that's because that's 3 by what, 12, something like that. No, 3 by 11, 3 by 10 even. So that's 3 by 10. So cleaning cupboard, check. We have laundry, check. We have our cell blocks up here with showers. Yep. We have our common room area. Yep, check. We have our cafeteria. We have our storeroom here. We have... Is that a storeroom? Yeah, that's going to be our storeroom. We have our kitchen. We have 2 rooms which I don't know what to do yet. Not too sure about the yard being around here. I don't know how efficient that will be, whether I'll be able to run around this yard here. I think that'll be okay. If not, I might get rid of the paths. But I don't know. I do not know. I will let you decide on that one, whether we should get rid of the paths or not. I might even put an extra path here. No, it's not. I'm not going to, because that's pointless. Don't be silly, Andrew. Right, so what have I got left to do? There's a fair amount. We've got offices. We have a delivery area to designate. We have... what else do we have? I'm going to put deliveries and that sort of thing down here. Yeah, let's do that. It's not going to be totally symmetrical, I'm aware of this. So if that's going to be a fence, then we need to undo that bit of fence, I guess. And then go like that. Yeah, and then we can have... deliveries, well, we'll have an entrance there, like so, that will go into here. Something like that. And then we'll have, what, deliveries? Let's have a quick look. Might as well designate them now. In fact, we'll have deliveries like that. Or do we just have it straight away like that? Bosh. Deliveries... and probably make deliveries a little bit bigger. Should we undo it a bit more? No, don't know yet. I'm sorry. I'm not really saying what I'm doing. I'm trying to think of how to fit in extra rooms here. So if that's going to be deliveries and this is going to be garbage, can I make some like rooms here? Can I make some rooms here for? Actually, no. We can have our power block there, can't we? We can have our power there. Yes, we can. Then we can have the that all around. We can have our capacitors all around. In fact, we could probably have that as the water pump, and we can have our capacitors like that. Hang on, the capacitors will be like that, won't they? Is that right? It's a 3 by 3. Yeah, and then we have our capacitors all around, and then we'll have a gap, and then we'll have capacitors, and then another power station. Another power station for power, because we actually, I don't know if we'll need another power station, but we'll plan it off nonetheless. So there's our power station, and we've got our deliveries. We also need our garbage a bit. Yeah, put a bit of garbage on. There we go, a bit of garbage. So there's that done. Alright, that's that. Okay, what else do we need? So we need offices. So actually, let's go back up here and pretty much section off this like we've done there. So it's that. So we need offices, and we need visitation, we need workshop, and we need a couple of other things. I might end up turning these center ones to workshop, perhaps. I've also realised I haven't done that. Oh well. Let's do it. Might as well while I'm here. There we go. Get them all in. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Whether to even use workshops. Do I use workshops? I have to use workshop at some point, because it's, you know, you get a fair amount of money for them, and it would be a waste not to have any. I could have a bit of this workshop. I could make like the bottom half workshop and the top half. Could I do that? That's a thing. This is recreation. This is workshop. Downside with that is that the materials are going to come from all the way over here, so it's not very efficient, because you ideally you want them like around here. I do not know. I don't know yet for that one. I cannot make my mind up there whether to put this as a workshop and then this is a common room. I don't think we need that big a common room for a start off. We certainly don't. Okay, let's make that decision now. We do not need that big of a common room. It is simply not necessary. What we do need, though, is We do need a bit of a workshop, and I'm definitely going to put one in, and it's going to be at the back. I've decided I'm going to probably move it along to... You can only have a maximum of 20 people in it, so probably that would do. Put all of the benches down there. How big is it? I believe it's 3 by 3, aren't there? So one... How many could I fit in? Oh, well, sorry, they're just 3 by 1. Just do that. Not really ideal. Not really very efficient either. 3 like that, and then we could keep doing it like so. If I just did... Imagine these were saws and workshop presses. Then that would work like that, and then we could have maybe a bench. Saw bench, saw bench, saw bench, saw bench, saw bench. It's not bad. That's alright. That's probably enough. Well, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, technically, how many is that? Is that 4? So, hang on 1 second. If we go 4 there, and then we put a wall, we could do the same on the other side. Like so. Yeah, and then that would be 20. And we could have benches in the center. There's our workshop. There we go. That's our workshop. Oh, actually, oh, hang on. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, that'll do us nicely. That'll be 20 workshop saws and presses. Well, 10 each. That's our workshop. Awesome. This is our common room. Awesome. We now need infirmary and visitation and offices. This is going to be offices and probably in the infirmary. What I'm going to do is mess around with this wall because we can make it a bit bigger, like so, and probably do that, although that is a bit annoying. Let me make it just a bit bigger, like that perhaps. No, it has to be like that. But then we've got 4 walls there, which looks really crap. What if we move it along a bit? Like so. Means we go whee like that. It doesn't really matter though, does it? Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. I'm definitely going to move these along because it's inefficient otherwise, and we're getting a fair amount of room off this. Well, we're getting a big chunk either side, and I mean, I know the whole thing's like, you know, quite inefficient anyway, because we could probably just do that, couldn't we? Oh no, we definitely need. Oh yeah, hang on. If we do that, we get a bit more room. Yeah, we get even more room doing it that way. Oh, let's just do that then. There we go. We get a bit more room now, and can we just do that? Well, that's a bit pointless. That is a bit pointless. That bit, I will confess, that is a bit pointless there. It's because the way I've got these. Let's redo this entire room. Assuming we're doing this, it's because I'm probably doing this quite wrong. And we sort of, if that was the room. I don't know whether I'm just grasping at straws to make a bigger room for whatever reason, but let's get rid of all these paths because they're getting annoying now. Because we can always move the paths. It's far easier to move the paths. Assuming this was the bigger area now. Assuming that was the bigger area, we can then we can either have it internally like that, which isn't ideal. Certainly not ideal. But we can also have it just like that, which is just going to be maybe a fence joining up to the path. That might look alright, actually. Like a fence, and then a metal detector, then a door. I'm going to do it that way. Yes, I think I'm going to do it that way, because then we get a bigger prison out of it, really, because we're probably wasting about 4 or 5 spaces, and this is a small map, so it is at a premium. So let's undo pretty much all of the work I've done so far, and that's just made everybody turn all the video off, so I'm just talking to myself now. Let's redo this entire section around here. So we'd have like, this is a path, and we'll have 2 bits of fence like that with the metal detector there, and then the door, because it'll look quite interesting that way. We could probably expand these a bit as well. I mean, I don't know why we would want to, because we're not going to be able to fit any more people in. But, or could we fit more people in? Could we, if we do that? If we do, just for trying this out, if we do that, And we have, like, imagine we have the bit of fencing there. Then we have that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nah. Can't fit 6 in. Can't fit 6 in, no way. That'd be far too small. That wouldn't work. We're still going to stick with 5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then there'd be a gap for some reason like that. Yeah. That would still work. We still have that'd still be fine. Yeah, we've still got a bit more breathing room, I guess. So we'll do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do it that way. So the new plan, instead of having like a bits of wall that they are, you know, that is quite inefficient anyway, we're going to have it so all of these metal detectors that would be that are going to be there, because that's going to be metal detector in the door, we're going to have 2 bits of fence like that. Hopefully that'll look alright. If it doesn't, then tough, because I'm as you've found out, I'm running out of room. I just don't have the room. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do it. Otherwise, I'm just going to run out of space, and then I can't put anything in, and then it'll all fail. Although that could happen anyway. I make no promises at the start of every series. I make no promises. This could fail horribly. I say this ain't like scripted or anything. I'm just doing this as you see it. Right, we'll undo all them bits and finally retrofit what we're seeing back in. And there we can also obviously fix this back up as well, like so. And like so, make the room a bit bigger. There we go, and there we've got a bit of a common room going, which is now slightly bigger. Perfect. So these can have the same thing. We can have metal detectors on there if we wanted to, and this we could probably have the same thing. Okay, this is starting to work now, and this will have exactly the same thing going on like there, and I'm pretty happy with what we are getting done now. See, there's bonuses to doing it like I am now, is that you get to see this from planning day 1, but you also get to see all the problems and all the things that probably didn't work and things we shouldn't do. Right, then we're gonna have the path that goes like there, and that's gonna be our entrance into the prison, like so. That's our entrance into the prison. That's our place to the deliveries. I will probably fence that bit off again and that bit there again, because do I want to double fence? Probably want a double fence. Yeah, double fence, make that staff only. Job done. Perfect. That's awesome. Right, so we need an infirmary. And we need visitation. And that's probably it, actually. Oh, security as well. We need security. Well, we haven't got the officers up there, so we can put the officers in. I'm probably just going to go with one big office block. Like so. And then if we have an entrance... hang on, that's not very efficient, is it? Even if we just get rid of that and we make all of that wall, perhaps? No, I like the idea of a fence all the way around for some reason. We have it like that. We can have the... technically it would be that, wouldn't it? Because then you'd have the... coming in, and then you could go into the center, like that. And we could have, what is it, 4x4, I believe? Let's have a quick look. Office is 4x4. So, 1, 2, 3... Not enough, you need a minimum of 4. This is because I'm doing it stupidly and I'm wasting so much space doing it like that. So we're probably going to have to do it so they're the walls. If I do that, and that is actually a big brick wall that goes all the way around instead of fence, then there's our entrance to it. And then we could have... oh, hang on. We could have... maybe infirmary on this bit here, like so. Have an entrance to the infirmary there. Then we can have a walkway that goes down. Let's have a quick look. This is just a test, like pretty much everything we're planning. And then we could have maybe what, 4x4, 4x4, oh, 4x4, 4x4, and then we'll have another couple of offices like that. Will that do? Will that work? Yeah, that works for me anyway. I mean, do we need 6 officers? I think we only need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only really need 5. So I can undo that bit of office there. And then I can go back to planning. Pull that. Well, we don't need that because that's just going to be walkway. Then we're going to have that as a morgue. 1, 2, 3, 4 slabs. 1, 2, 5, 6 slabs. There we go. Infirmary, morgue. I mean, the infirmary's quite small, I must confess. It's really not big. How many beds can we get in? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's enough beds. I don't plan on it kicking off. I mean, and to be fair, I never planned on it kicking off in the last series, and it didn't. I don't. It's all, as I say. I always say all the time, this isn't about damage limitation. It's about prevention. We don't want it to kick off. We're going to do everything we can to stop it happening. Yeah, infirmary. I mean, it's a bit risky putting it here, but we can have this as not staff only if we need to. Security can be here then. We'll have a security area there. In fact, we could probably make it a little bit bigger so we can have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then, yeah, about that maybe. Perhaps that is security, maybe a bit bigger. Like that, maybe. That's security. And then this is going to be storage, I've decided. This is storage. What else have we got? Visitation we're missing out now. Just visitation. If I make that, let's say this will be an entrance to our storage area, which is here. We've got a spare room. We always leave a bit of a spare room. We haven't got a holding cell. We haven't got visitation. I don't know where to put visitation. It might have to be there. It can't really be there. I might have to undo one of these. I could put a bit of visitation like here. Like that. If you know what I mean. Have an entrance there. Think that's what we're going to do. Let's undo that for a moment. Put that back in. Like so. Then we can have visitor tables like that. All the way along. Yeah, and we could probably just actually do that. We don't need it much bigger than that. Or do we want to make it a little bit bigger? Like that. Visitation. Fairly big bit visitation. And have like visitation area like that. Probably a bit too big actually. No, we don't need it like that. Because you can have them probably like that way is probably the best way of doing it. Yeah, that fits a lot more in because they're 3x2. And then we can drag them all like so. Yeah, and then we'll put a wall down there. Visitation. I think we are done. So, summary. Cell, what would you call them? Chalets? The cell blocks, I guess. We've got what? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, Z. Yeah, so we got, 12 there. We've got, which can hold, 10 each, so that's 120 prisoners. We have showers in each one. They are individual cells in each one there, so we'll have beds and a toilet. We have our workshop here, which can hold a maximum of 20, which, you know, is all we would really need. Then we have our common room here. We have a yard that goes around the outside. We have our laundry in the centre, which is good, and hopefully you'll be able to do all of these. It might be a bit small, I might expand it, but again, feedback on that one if you please. We have a cleaning cupboard here, we have a visitation here, we have our cafeteria there, our kitchen there, we have infirmary, morgue, office areas, powers, deliveries, garbage, water pump, main entrance bit here, storage, probably going to move it a little bit further up, and a spare room. I think that's okay. Comments in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.